Welcome everybody to Pro League on Mondays, live at the Nexon Arena once again. My name is Valdez. Joining with me is Moonglade. How are you doing?
Not too bad, Valdez. Good to be here once again, man. I'm excited for today. It's going to be a great Monday.
Yeah, it should be, man. Any day is great when you got SK Telecom, especially coming down to the studio. What a great lineup of players. You can see them here. They are currently, I think, in either second or third place with this 4-2 record and a +4 indicator. On the other hand, Samsung had some rough times. They had a rough loss recently.
That was a horrible loss, Valdez.
Yeah.
One of the worst play days we've ever seen from Samsung. And now they're up against the big dogs. Granted, SKT not doing as good as they did in the last round, but still, it's a star-studded lineup, man. These guys are so damn scary.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I think even though SK Telecom is definitely the favored team here, I think we got a decent number of good matches here, especially the first one, Dream versus BrAvO. Both of these guys loving that TVT especially. BrAvO has won against Byung one time in Pro League, I believe, and Dream as well. He, of course, had that best-of-7 versus Maru. Didn't look so good, especially against Maru, but I feel like in this best-of-1 here, he should have a decent day.
I agree. I think what it came down to for Dream was that it was the Grand Finals. He's never been in a Grand Finals before. He kind of cracked under the pressure more than anything else. He really didn't play like he did in like the round of 4 and the round of 8. So I think today we're going to see a very strong TVT from Dream. And against BrAvO, BrAvO is one of those interesting players. We did see him go down to life, I believe, in the last match he played.
Yep.
Very drawn-out game on merry-go-round. But he's like one of those players that loves to go mech, which is probably why we see him on Vaani Research Station as well. So we might actually get to see some mech in TVT. I'm not sure, Valdez. I hope so.
That'd be a fun game, Moonglade, if that came to pass. Other games besides that first one, we got Dark versus Guilty. Guilty making another show up here instead of Deer, it looks like. Should be an interesting game number 2, but jumping straight into the team rankings here. CJ Entis in first, still undefeated for round 2 with a +14 indicator. It's pretty insane.
That is absolutely insane. We've never seen a team be so dominant. And I love it, Valdez. And then, obviously, Jin Air Green Wings in second, SKT in third, and there's that Samsung sitting at 5th place. They have to win today to get into that top 4.
Yeah. It's there's a bunch of teams down there pretty much struggling for like 3rd and 4th place. Like even MVP's in there, 3-3 with a -1. It is possible maybe if the other 2 teams that are 3-3 lose, they could get in. But it's going to be very hard for all those teams. A very close round 2 so far here. And jumping into winners rankings, Hero still on top. Stats though, he's got a pretty insane record as well, 9-2.
That's actually ridiculous. He really put up there, kind of unexpectedly. And then we have Biel and Lassier tied up for that 2nd place as well, but 4 losses.
I think the most surprising guy up here is Rogue. He fails so much in individual leagues, just to be honest, and then he comes in here in Pro League and he's 8-2. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it really shows he does have that fragile mindset, so when he does go into those best ofs, he really seems to choke. But a best of 1, he doesn't have time to really crack under the pressure.
Okay, so SK Telecom here is 11 years old.
Wow.
I guess maybe the team specifically is 11 years old, and it's also Dark's 2nd anniversary. So
wow, where's our goodie bags, Valdez?
Yeah, where's the goodie bag? Come on.
That's what I want to know, man.
Come on, fangirls, get on your game.
That's my dinner right there. Oh, well. It looks like a pretty nice cake there, a giant flower, some bags of something.
Also, Sue's 6th anniversary.
Everyone's having a birthday today.
It's pretty insane. Sue's anniversary was April 9th, it looks like, and then Dark's was April 14th. So a lot of different days kind of lining up here, along with SK Telecom's 11th birthday. The guys, let's jump into predictions now and see who the guys are voting for. And look at this. It's foreigners versus Koreans once again.
Wow, they're going for BrAvO? I don't know about this. I think this is why we have a 62.6% correct advantage there, Valdez, because these guys, they're going for BrAvO. And BrAvO's not a bad Terran by any means, but up against Dream, one of the best Terrans we have right now. The guy that recently just lost in the Grand Finals of Star League. He was doing so damn well in every individual tournament, as well as Pro League. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There seems to be a definite break in terms of lines of thinkings between the 2 desks here. I don't know, Moonlight. I think our percentage predictions right average is just better than theirs, right?
Percentages say it all, Valdez, I think. And we are in the right, they're in the wrong. But we'll find out after this game. Oh, look, they even got their mascot down here.
Happy birthday, T1. You're already 11 years old.
I wonder if one of the players has to play that guy if they come last in the practice house.
It's like action from KT. He comes over for T1 to just jump into that suit. Here's Dream. He hasn't played much, actually, in Pro League 2015. I think that's just because the SK Telecom lineup is so stacked. Like, they have so many great players to come out every single day that, you know, Dream, he gets his chances, but he's not going to be like Hero, who comes out every single time CJantis plays.
Well, this guy is pretty busy with individual leagues as well, right? Like, they probably give him a lot of time off to just focus on that. And it's done wonders for him, getting to the grand finals of that Star League, as well as, you know, getting into Code S just recently over Supernova.
That's a good point. Here's BrAvO. He's 3-2, but a lot of his wins are actually pretty good. Specifically that one against Byung. That's the one that sticks out in my mind. He's already played 3 TVTs. He's 2-1 of them. But I feel like we still got to see more of this guy. It looks like he's liking this Samsung house a little bit more than the KT one, right? Or SKT?
Yeah,
SKT, I think.
I think it's SKT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there, Valdez. He seems to be, he's getting a lot more play time, obviously. The weaker lineup in the house, so we can actually, there's some space for him to shine. And it should be really interesting going into this game.
Yeah, let's jump into it, guys. It's game 1 here between Dream and BrAvO. Down here in the south in the red, it's Dream.
What does it say, Valdez?
Happy birthday. Happy 11th birthday to T1.
And up here at the top, it is BrAvO for Samsung.
I think that's pretty cute. They don't even say SK Telecom T1. They pretend like it's the mascot's 11th birthday instead of the actual team.
Yeah, isn't that cute? Isn't that sweet?
Pretty cool.
Well, Vaani Research Station, fantastic mech map. We are ever going to see a mech map, it would be this map, or it would be, what other maps are there? Deadwing. That's the other map I'm thinking of, especially for TVT.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're going to see BrAvO actually go for it, though, especially considering Dream's style. You know, he loves to go for those mass drops early on, double medivacs and whatnot, try to close the game out.
Look at that stat down there. It was Dream 1 to BrAvO's 2 wins
unofficial.
When they faced each other, including unofficial. I swear the Koreans, they looked at that and they were like, oh, it's got to be BrAvO today. It's got to be BrAvO.
It's probably like ladder matches or something. It's like, I beat him once on ladder. I knew it was his barcode.
Welcome to the studio. Thanks for coming down.
They can't hear us, Valdez.
Someone who does have the headset will tell them.
They better.
They should. Well, Gasper's here for BrAvO. Going to be a bit aggressive compared to Dream. May go for a bit of a faster expand.
Yeah, Dream. He's usually the one going for that gas first, but I guess not today, you know? I guess he's probably done a lot of research on BrAvO, and no doubt BrAvO's got to see those 4 games from the GSL Code A that Dream only played last week. It's going to give a lot away in his current TVT state.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a big message. It's too big for you, Valdez.
Yeah, it's always pretty hard to translate those for the small amount of time. It said remember April 16th.
Never
Someone
forget.
on Twitter is going to know what happened on April 16th.
Never
They're going to let us know. I remember we had a game on this map. I think it was like Maru versus Innovation even, where one of them was going for like very big doom drops in the backdoor base. That's something that can definitely be abused here on this map.
Oh, yeah. Huge sort of dead air behind that pocket natural. And in the main base, so, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for drops. Probably why we see Dream on this map as well. You know, he loves those drops more than most Terrans in this matchup.
Well, gets a scout down there. I think you saw the factory. We're going to have a factory for Dream as well, just a little bit later, and looks like a reactor. So probably going to be those Hellions coming out here pretty quickly.
Yeah.
some follow-up Marines.
You know, BrAvo's already looking like he might want to go for mech with that fast second gas. He's going to be adding a starport nice and quick. Probably going to go for Banshees, but look at this SCV. He's going to see everything he needs to see.
Oh, my God.
So, oh, 2 gases. Factory. Starport.
Oh, sees it.
Oh, even saw the add-on. Tech Lab? Okay. All right, Mr. Banshee.
He sees everything. Like, even if he didn't click that add-on, he knows it's a tech lab. Like, it's just too obvious with the building placement.
Oh, yeah, he knows so very well.
Like I said earlier, a bit of a faster expand from Dream. He's going to put that right down there on the low ground.
We're going to see Dream also go for that early starport. He usually likes to, you know, go for the drops, though. TV wants to add maybe a Viking early, maybe a Raven to try to counteract this Banshee that's coming his way. We don't usually see Dream be that defensive, though, so I kind of get the impression he'd probably just be a Viking and then a Minivac or vice versa.
Yeah. Looks like one Widowmine here. I think that's a great response. You just make one. You can put it right behind that gas and does a deal of those Banshees trying to fly in, do some damage, put up a couple turrets, and you'll be totally fine, totally prepared.
Yeah, Engineering Bay well on the way at this point as well. Be a nice timing for it to be done, and Dream's going to have a nice little economic advantage early on.
Yeah. Really liking the position he's in already. Even in terms of scouting, like, BrAvO has no idea what's going on. I mean, he sees 2 Marines. That could be pretty much anything.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you think about Dream, like Dream, he doesn't normally change up his style in this matchup either, even in a best of 5. Even when we saw him against Supernova, he barely changed it up at all in all 4 games, and even against Maru in the Star League Finals. He's got his style, and he's so damn good at it. And it's very robust, very sort of standard kind of style, but he does it so well.
Oh, boy, look at this. Catching out that Banshee in the middle of the map. There's not even cloak done. I think it's just going to go down for free.
Yep. Down for free,
my
man.
God. Wow.
Welcome to Pro League, BrAvO. Second Banshee going to be coming out soon.
Welcome to the nightmare.
Yeah.
It's not just a dream, it's a nightmare right now for BrAvO.
Oh, he's turning it into a nightmare, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No damage done whatsoever. I mean, Dream is in a commanding state right now. He's going to be so happy with this economic advantage, and his economy is completely untouched.
Yeah, especially for Terran, like getting that second orbital up is just so important. Like just having that one extra mule every time you get that energy is just getting you so far ahead.
Yeah,
and I don't think he even saw that.
No, I don't think he did. It's going to cause some problems. Imagine if he killed this SCV building that CC. I don't think he will get there in time, unfortunately.
This Banshee looks like it got that one Hellion at the Watchtower as well as one SCV. Oh, the CC does complete.
Oh, all right.
But he can actually put that Widowmine down in a really nice position here at the ramp.
Yeah, looks like he'll do that. Maybe going for the main base now. There is a tank already sieged up there, though.
Yeah. One Raven being made right now by BrAvO will help to deal with that Widowmine. Banshee here in the main base of Dream gets one more kill. It's about to run out of energy, and 2 Vikings are spotting it right now, so that should go down here.
Yeah. While it's still happening, that drop is just stopping that natural expansion from BrAvO getting anything done. Oh, Banshee's going to go down. Not finding a last kill either. Wow.
Where's that Widowmine? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's underneath. Baiting.
It's hiding. Let's see what it hits. See how he targets. Oh, it's going to hit the tank, but it's not going to go down. Trying to target that tank now. Oh, he's not going to get it. Oh, he does. He does.
Last shot of a Hellion, man. That was close. That's a big win right there.
He has delayed so much mining time, man. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and especially in this kind of matchup, and especially because he probably knows by now, you know, BrAvO is probably leaning towards mech. He's making tanks. He's made a Raven. He's made Banshees. And he obviously knows the player. So he's like, well, you know, I've already started the sort of like what I have to do against this kind of composition. I have to get that economic lead. I have to go into, you know, like a more of aggressive style. If I'm not going to go for mech myself, go for bio tank, get the positioning, get the contain. Great map to contain on as well, you know. It's going to be hard for BrAvO to get that third base.
Yep. Third CC has been made by BrAvO. It's now an orbital, in fact. So he does have that going for him here. But look at this nice little position for Dream, getting 3 shots onto one of those Vikings of BrAvO, just getting some early damage. In this matchup, getting that air advantage is always very, very important.
Yeah, very, very important, especially for Dream. If he ever wants to be aggressive again, he's going to have to control the air so his tanks can get in range and start poking away. We get to see exactly what Dream wants to go for from here. He's kind of just getting his production up. He's got 5 racks pumping right now. 1 factory pumping the tanks. It looks like he's going to be going for more drops, it seems.
Yeah, this is Dream style. It's always just about getting those big Doom drops, getting your opponent out of position before he's ready. And that looks like what he's going for now. He's already gotten a bit of an air advantage. But I'm not sure where we're at right now in terms of Vikings. Okay, we're 3-2. But BrAvO does have that Raven. Should have enough for a PDD at this point.
Yeah, he definitely does. And that's going to be the big problem coming into a big fight like this. But if he gets a nice drop off and a nice setup at this natural, I think he can just force it to lift and maybe even kill it. There is a Widow Mine there as well. We'll get a look at that in just a moment. Can be a bit dangerous.
Third base for Dream coming down as he goes for this drop. Oh, Widow Mine doesn't go off.
That was so close, Valdez. That could have like spelled doom for everything. That would have definitely killed at least one of those medivacs.
Setting up now on the edge here. Gonna start poking at that one missile turret. It's gonna be canceled. I don't think Dream knows about that third CC. It's been up for a while. He's going to get his own now, but it's quite far behind. He's got a lot of pressure on BrAvO at this point, though. Yeah, I don't think BrAvO is at all comfortable with even trying to take the lower ground. No.
He's kind of just busy defending against all these drops that he is no doubt expecting. And it's so cute that he can kind of siege from the bottom there, from the gold base. Any turrets that are going to be put up, he'll definitely give him a way into that natural again in the future. Here we go. Dream going to be looking for a contain. He knows already that there's no third base down there. There's a nice setup there in case anything tries to get down that ramp. He also has a reactor on that starport now, so he can pump out like a pretty convincing amount of Vikings to control the air.
Yeah. For now, he's got like 7 medevacs and only 3 Vikings. But it looks like BrAvO as well has stopped the Viking production. So we're just going to sit at like 4-3 for now. And like you said, just setting up a really nice contain here. It's going to take forever for BrAvO to get out of this. There's like tanks in his mineral line.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. What do you do from here? Like, he has the air advantage, BrAvO. He has that Raven full energy at this point, so 2 PDDs. And I guess he's just going to make his way down the ramp and try set up before any Dream tries to do anything.
Yeah, it's just going to be a slow push out here, it looks like. Although at the same time, Dream is always threatening that backdoor drop. And it looks like now BrAvO has moved out of position to possibly break at his third base. And that could be the opening that Dream looks for with some of his drops.
Well, here we go. Moving down the ramp now. Barrack's going to be the spotter. It's going to be very hard to deal with that before anything kind of happens.
Okay, he's got enough in that backdoor, actually.
Yeah.
He's got like 4 turrets and 2 Widow Mines and 2 tanks. It's like Dream now pushing in for a bit of an attack, going into 3 tanks.
Oh.
All of his Marines get slaughtered here.
Yeah, but look at that drop on the high ground. He actually gets rid of those 3 tanks up there. I don't think he's actually going to end up wiping everything out, though. Oh, he might do. A nice kind of spread. Only tanks remain.
Yeah, it's actually a very close fight.
If he lands these Vikings, then BrAvO will just clear this up and be able to take that third base. But looks like it's not going to happen.
He just barely won that fight. Oh. But he won it. That's all that matters. Nice save there on that tank, actually. Bit of juking and jiving.
Wow, he's even sieging at the bottom of the ramp here. You've got to be careful, though. You don't want to go too far too quickly. There is a number of tanks at the top of that ramp.
Now losing that tank, he's got to back up here and I think just regroup for a bit. The good thing about this is that they're kind of trading evenly, and Dream still has that third base mining, whereas BrAvO doesn't quite yet have it. He's just now going to gain that third base down there on the low ground.
Kind of gets a bit tricky from here, as we even see the supplies are dead even after that exchange. And now BrAvO's going to be getting that base, setting up shop. Tanks already siege at the bottom, and even 2 medivacs full of Hellbats waiting to drop on anything that comes their way.
Nice little income tab there from our observer, showing just how far BrAvO is behind in that mining. But as he does get that third base, he should be okay.
Going to be a tricky engagement again. Not many Vikings left in the air, which is going to mean that Dream can go for some pretty decent drops, especially on these tanks.
This would be good to get rid of just that one barrack spotting for a while there on the right side. And looks like a bunch of units were picked up in about 3 medevacs going to the left side now. Wonder where he's going to go for. Maybe just the main, maybe just from behind.
Possibly the main base. I mean, looking at where else he can drop, unless it's going to be on top of the tanks in the natural. It's going to have to be inside that main, but we already have 3 turrets set up there.
And he's going for it.
Ooh, he's going to turn around, I think. Nope.
This is what Dream does, man. He loses a tank in one of those drops, and now BrAvO's coming back here with a ton of Hellbats in front to tank.
That is just too much, man. I think he completely deflects this.
But he comes in from the front, hoping that some of the defenses are pulled back. Taking out a bunch of tanks here, but still too much for BrAvO. Really nice defense.
Wow. Really solid from BrAvO. Dream gonna have to really rethink about how he's going to try and engage this. BrAvO is really, he's stabilized completely at this point. Deflected everything that's come his way in the last 5 minutes, and now he's just getting that tank count up. Granted, he did lose a few tanks in that last engagement, but he's still got, what, like 8 tanks at this moment?
It's like 9-2 right now.
Yeah.
It looks like BrAvO's even confident enough right now to push out.
Wow. Let's look how many Marauders as well in Dream's composition. If he gets a jump on these tanks, he just wipes everything out. But that is a scary army.
Tons of SCVs being pulled with this at the same time. And Dream sees this. He's got to be very, very careful with how he engages here against this army.
Yeah, completely. Look at these scans as well. He knows exactly what Dream's army is. He knows what Dream has planned. Try and come from all angles and try and defeat this.
Let's see how this goes. BrAvO's got a huge setup of tanks right now. Now he's going to push very slowly here to the front with all of his Hellbats. Kind of hesitating there a little bit. Moving back and forth.
Very smartly, Dream just surrounding this army. The moment it sieges, he will just stim in and jump on it. I'm sure of that.
BrAvO's kind of trapped.
Oh, there it is.
He's still got a lot of units, though.
So many units, and here we go. And here's the stim in. Dream's going to go from all angles here, even dropping on top of the tanks.
He's got a lot of Marauders behind, but this is just so many tanks. But all of those tanks in the back are just being totally surrounded. They're being taken out right now, and Dream crushes this army.
Beautifully done. Now the counterattack can happen if Dream wants to try and close this down, or at least try and lift that third base.
Bunch of Vikings are kind of stuck there. I think he shouldn't really care about those and just go for a counterattack. He wiped out so many tanks, and he's about to hit 2-2 at the same time. Yeah. This is his timing right now. He's got to go for it.
I guess he's a little worried because he just doesn't have that many medivacs anymore. Those Vikings really reset that count by a big way. Not many tanks, though, for BrAvO. Only 5 currently. 6, actually.
Yeah, and every second that he waits, he's letting BrAvO get 2, 3, 4 tanks at a time.
I don't think Dream's going to go for it. I think he's going to wait for the next engagement, it seems. He kind of solidified another giant economic advantage, though, with that gold base.
Yeah, that is true. May just wait for 3-3 as well. Yeah, get that gold base, just wait it out, max out, build a bank. But at the same time, he loads up a ton of those medevacs.
Look at that scan. Sees all of these medivacs. No, BrAvO. He's got to be careful. Doesn't have much of a buff with these tanks either.
Yeah. A lot of those medevacs that he lost earlier on have been remade. He's up to 10 now. He's looking to come from 2 sides now. BrAvO has to be so careful. He's scanning right now, just trying to see where this army is. And here comes Dream trying to drop on those tanks at the same time as coming from 2 angles.
Oh, I don't know if this is enough this time. Left side looks like it was winning, but there's so many tanks in the middle there. It's kind of ugly.
BrAvO has scouted that gold base, so he knows he's kind of on a timer. He's got that 4th base for himself. And he's now making that into a planetary, which is very nice.
Yeah. He's essentially, like, completely fine. Even if Dream has that gold base, like, all BrAvO has to do is, gradually get another base, build that giant mech death ball, and from there, I don't think there's any way that Dream can find a way in.
Dream might go for a bit of a drop into the main base. This is going to be a huge drop. He picks off the missile turrets first. He's hesitating a bit. Looks like he just wants to get a little position here. Not fully engaged just yet.
Yeah, we also see Dream going into 3 starports, so it looks like he's finally going to make that air switch that we do see a lot of bio players make against mech in the late game when they do have that giant economic advantage.
I was going to say, with the low amount of Vikings and Marines in this count, well, actually, there's not that little Marines. Now that I look at it, there's about 32.
Yeah.
But I was saying maybe he could add some Banshees into that mix. Let's see. Here we go. A nice little 4 medevacs drop. He was thinking about going to the main, but backs off again.
Yeah, well, he knows that those 5 medevacs are full of hellbats and completely shut it down. So he's got to be very careful where he tries to land. Pretty sticky situation. These tanks, actually, they should get picked off if he's not careful.
Yeah, just kind of losing a tank there for free. BrAvO keeps his one alive. Second armory being added for Dream.
Ooh, I like this. Trying to remove some of these turrets, but still, I mean, that base is all but empty at this point. Only gas remains, so I guess he can apply pressure from the back if he gets rid of these turrets and starts dropping little forces back there, but it's not really going to be a critical point of contention anytime soon or in the future.
Tons of scans going down all over the place. We're going into a bit of a later game TBT here, guys. Hold on to your seats.
Yeah, it's gonna go the distance it seems, Valdez. Yeah, a very good map for this mech style. A great map to split in half as well. Yeah. I'm very excited to see what what Dream is going to go into here from now though, because he does have those starports up. It's like he's going to be going into battle cruisers actually with that fusion core about to finish. Yummy. What I want to see. Yeah, man.
First one on the production tab.
Nice. But it looks like BrAvO is going to be making his move. Have to see Dream get in position from here. Look at that.
So many tanks, man.
Look at that death blow, Valdez. Terrifying, man. These Vikings, it's going to give tanks the vision they need as well.
Yeah. I like what Dream's doing. He's forcing BrAvO to siege up over and over and over again. It buys him a lot of time to get the air advantage. And this is pretty much, I don't know if it's going to be secret. He begins to see all those Vikings pouring out here for Dream as well as some Ravens. So BrAvO has to have some idea that he's making that air switch.
Oh. Tanks getting closer and closer to this fourth base. I think these tanks are going, that's for sure. A little too forward to Dream. Kind of giving up the position.
And a big drop here on 2 more tanks on the right side. One of them will go down. The second one gets blown up by a bunch of tanks.
I guess he can kind of give away some supply, though, because he is going to battle cruisers and Vikings like this. And maybe he wants to lose some, but he's got to be careful because he cannot give up this base.
Yeah, that's the big thing here. Nice little drop here. A lot of these tanks on siege. He's going to catch 6 of them. But at the same time, he loses those medevacs, but I still feel like that's a good trade.
Gets the planetary for that. Not a bad trade at all. He's actually going to be throwing down some turrets. Look at this. Look at BrAvO. He's actually so good at this matchup.
Yeah, he really is.
Thinking of everything. He knows that tech switch is coming.
4 Thors at a time.
Whoa.
That's to respond to all those Vikings that Dream is making.
Yeah. Vikings and Banshees, a great way to kind of deal with them. It's going to be those Thors. And probably the best idea for Dream might even be just to try and counterattack, start getting rid of the bases of BrAvO, you know?
Yeah, it definitely could be something that he goes for. He's getting into that position once again where he just kind of cuts off BrAvO's army and surrounds it.
I like that, actually. I think that's a really good idea.
Look at this little task force taking that out. Oh, the air battle has begun. A lot of the Vikings of BrAvO fighting alone. He loses a bunch of them, and now he's only got turrets and 3 Vikings to protect those tanks. Here we go. The Banshees and the Battlecruiser are getting to work now. Those tanks kind of all alone. Coming from all sides now is Dream. It looks like he's going to crush this army.
Yeah, it looks like it. If the ground force fails in the air, it's certainly going to wipe it out. We did see a Hellbat drop on top of the bio as well, but just not enough.
I'm not even sure if Dream really needed to use his bio there. He could have just like slowly picked up those tanks and waited until they unsiege and then move in with a bio, but...
Yeah, that might have been the idea, eh? But you know what? Despite all of that, BrAvO still maintains the supply lead.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
A lot of Thors in the mix now, but again, that tank count for BrAvO is really reset. He's only got 2. He's super committing super heavily to these Thors. He's now up to 8.
Wow, that's really something else. Is that even, like, I'm not entirely certain, but I don't think that's going to do too well against, like, mass BCs in the late game. Once they got Yamato guns, Yamato cannons up and running, like...
Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be good against Vikings and Banshees, as you were saying a little bit earlier, but against battle cruisers.
Well, maybe. Well, you know what? He's also adding a lot of Widow Mines, which I like a lot, and which will help against all the air army. We have seen this before, where he'll just drop a ton of them underneath.
Yeah.
And if there's not enough, stuff on the ground to clear them up, then they can just do so much damage to the air.
Lots of scans going down once again. Both players can see the armies of their opponents. BrAvO looks like he wants to take this fight. One battle cruiser going to get off a Yamato cannon on a tank. And it will go down.
Yep. Look at that. It looks like Dream is simply going to go back into bio tanks. He's still adding some air units, but he is making the change up now. It's kind of an interesting sort of counter move. On the side, these Widow Mines are going to land. A lot of them going off.
But is it enough? They go down now. A lot of the Thors in the back are very tanky, but they're going up against straight Marauders. This is a very, very close fight, but it looks like BrAvo's going to take it.
Yeah, I didn't know about that engagement, Valdez. That felt like a little rushed. Maybe Dream should have waited for a little bit of a engagement, not in a concave like that, with more units. Now he's down 50 supply.
He's got nothing, man. He's fighting now with a bunch of SCVs. This one BC may be the only hope. No,
Whoa.
GG. Dream is going to go down.
Well, don't us foreigners look the fool. Oh, my God.
Especially after all that smack talk.
Oh, man.
At the same time, I still think we're up like 2-1 in terms of like
yeah, we're fine.
3v3 predictions.
We're fine. Damn.
BrAvO, big win for Samsung.
Big win for BrAvO, man. Look at him. He's so happy.
Yeah.
Good start to the day for these guys, especially after last week's disaster of a match. Now we're going to go into Dark versus Guilty. And I think this one might be a little more one-sided towards SKT1.
Yeah. I mean, we all knew going into this one, BrAvO, definitely like a TVT beast, but I didn't expect him to do this well, to be honest. I feel like Dream made some critical mistakes in that game, just getting a little bit flustered, just going a little bit too aggressive at times, and at the end of the day, looks like BrAvo's the better TVTer.
Definitely seems that way. Or at least on that map, Like, I'd love to see BrAvO on a map where, mech isn't that sort of guaranteed as well. Yeah. Put him on very good round against Dream. Let's see what happens there.
Maybe that is part of the reason why the Koreans did go for the vote. Begins to make a little bit more sense once you think about it, but at the end of the day, I also think that BrAvO just played incredibly well today. He just continues to get better and better and to impress more and more. And always have to take that into account in the future now. Just how good this guy is.
Yeah, be careful where you put your players, especially up against someone like that who loves to go mech.
Yeah. So, Dark versus Guilty. It's going to be King Saedong Station. Another decent mech map, actually, but Guilty, last time he came out here, he was playing against TY. I think that was his only game. And he actually beat TY in a time where TY was like coming off of his, his plateau.
Right.
He wasn't at his best, but at the same time, it was TY's, or rather Guilty's first broadcasted game, and he actually won the game. So, decent amount of hype around Guilty right now.
Yeah, I kind of went back and looked at like all his recent results and how he's been doing. As you can see us. Without any makeup on today, where our hair is done, Valdez. We are dirty boys.
Gotta brush it over.
Yeah, you better brush that little, brush that little wave over, Valdez. Well,
it's all good.
I guess we'll get into the kind of like the player results soon, but I mean, Guilty going into this, he hasn't had very good results recently, man. Like, let's be real for a second.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's be real.
GSL, Star League, he lost in round 1. He got 2-8 in round 1 from 2 different players. Got their names down there, but I don't want to read it. And that alone is pretty bad going into this kind of match. It is a best of 1 though. There's only preparation for 1 match, so it can happen. We did see BrAvO do so well, and I mean BrAvO has not been doing that well in individual maps either.
Yeah,
matches either.